Everybody knows what the word Chevy is, but many people think it's an abbreviation. Chevy Vortec can hear every valve yelling. C-H-E-V-Y. A lot of people view it like that. When these motors get a lot of miles on them, or if you don't change the oil every 3,000, the lifters start clacking really bad. And there's a really quick fix for this, and I'm going to show you. When I picked it up, it sounded like a sewing machine. Not nearly as bad now. Not sure if you can pick that up on the camera. You don't have the camera when you need it. I never saw anything like this before. Put some trans fluid in the motor to clean it out, and I'm talking, this is the worst oil. I've seen some bad motor oil. But chunks of crap, of sludge. I've never seen chunks of sludge coming out of a motor like this. Look at that. Here comes another big chunk. Thud. Oh my God. Let me turn this light around. This is unbelievable. I would have to I can get a screwdriver and poke it in there. Here comes a big chunk. Oh my God. So much for these filters. I'll tell you, Fram filters are the worst filters I have ever seen in my life. Yeah. Look at all the crap and crud and chunks of stuff. Oh my God. I've never seen it like that before. And it's still coming. You put a little automatic transmission fluid in with the oil and it loosens all the gunk up. But the Fram oil filter, you might as well not even have a filter. It is such crap. I would never put a Fram filter on a vehicle. Incidentally, this was not my vehicle. It was a vehicle I acquired. Oh, wow. I have never seen it like that. It plugs the hole, the crap coming out, and then all of a sudden it pushes it in a big lump. Flood. Kabloom. I'm going to get a screwdriver and push it up in there. It stopped. But the only reason it stopped is because there's a big friggin', look at this, clot of motor oil. Oh my God. Talk about not changing your oil. Things stuff. You think, oh my God. Yeah, don't change the oil. Just change the motor, right? Chunk after cluster. I'm going to pull that Fram filter out. I'm going to cut that thing open. Still got blobs of crap coming out. I'm going to pull this filter down. Now, I'm going to see what's on it. Want to buy a used car? Oh my God. Oh, this is the This is the crap, yeah. Oh, there's chunks coming out of that. That's not a good sign. No. Not a good sign. Let's see. I gotta cut this thing open just to find out, to satisfy. Because if I don't cut it open, I'll never know. I already know Fram is the worst. Oh, there is clusters of clots and crap. I'm guessing this is in big trouble. What I'm doing with this vehicle is I'm pouring the automatic trans fluid right into the filter itself. This is the very first thing this vehicle is going to breathe into it, is automatic trans fluid. The trans fluid is a very, very high detergent. Such a high detergent that it cuts. And that's what I did, is I dumped some trans fluid in the motor. It started cutting all that junk, and that's what was coming out. But we're going to run it now, and we're going to see what happens. I'm thinking of going 2 quarts of trans fluid and 4 quarts of oil, and we're going to see what happens. The redness of it, hopefully you can see that. That is automatic transmission fluid. Put the trans fluid in the engine. It's an oil. It's not going to hurt the motor. You're not going to run it on straight automatic trans fluid. For the most part, the worst vehicles I've seen, or actually most vehicles I've seen that tap really bad, 1 quart of trans fluid, 4 quarts of oil, and so 5 quarts in total, and you're good. Run it for about 400 miles, 300 miles or so. You'll see the tap will go away within 2 minutes. As soon as you start the car, it'll start working on those lifters, and the tap will go away, and it'll clean them out. When you're done, you flush it out, you change your oil, and buy Marvel Mystery Oil. Get a little pint of it, and put just like a half a pint in, or a pint, you know, in lieu of that oil. So you'd probably put in like 4 3/4 quarts of motor oil and a pint of Marvel Mystery Oil. And it'll keep the lifters all clear, and it'll keep the taps away and keep it clean. I'm curious how this one's going to pan out. We're about to see. As far as oil, I didn't want to waste new oil because this engine is the worst I've ever seen. I just changed the oil in our other car, and I used Mobil 1 synthetic. And the synthetic oil that I took out is in fairly decent shape, so I hang on to it for lawnmowers or, you know, stuff like that or whatever. And I'm going to fill it with this used motor oil, the synthetic. We'll see how it goes. What? I'm talking to myself again. Yeah. I know it's running now? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to start it. First start, cold start, and we're going to see how this thing works. Here we go. Oh my God. Never started like that. Check engine lights out. As I start hacksawing it open, even though it sat all night, it's full of oil. I hacksaw this the rest of this way. I'm gonna have to give it a little turn. Just laid it down here on the wood on this old trailer. As soon as I cut that off, that fell right off. And here is the plastic flap that restricts the stuff. This is what I'm concerned with. I haven't even opened this up as of yet. This is the first time. And wow. Oh man. It collapsed.